Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the final episode of Season 4 of Upon This Rock. Before we get into today's games, today's final two games of the season, we've got one game to catch up on the highlights. That was at home to West Ham. Let's roll them. Right then, guys, you join us here at London Road against West Ham. This is the starting lineup. Tatuano in goal, Kingsley, Baldwin, Holding and Durham at the back, Escobar and Fossum in the middle, Snodgrass, Ward-Prowse and Phillips behind, Jason Cummings up top. On the bench, we've got Marcus Llorente, Andre Wisdom, Joanne Anderson, Dwight Gale, Karim Rekic, Leo De Silva Lopez and Andreas Pereira due to injuries and stuff like that. But let's crack on straight into the game. So as you can see here, West Ham are pushing for European football. They're only a point away from Liverpool and only 3 or 4 points away from Champions League football, which would be a great season for them. We're in 12th, literally a point away from the top 10, which is what we're striving for now that we are clear of relegation. Let's get straight into this game. Here we go, first highlight of the game. Antonio with a long throw-in, but Baldwin does really, really well there. Comes back to Antonio. He's going to try and find one of the West Ham players in the middle, but can't. Cummings now holding that ball up back to Ward-Prowse into Escobar. Lovely ball over the top to Robert Snodgrass, but Antonio uses his pace there to get back into position. Reed now trying to find Jesse Lingard on this right-hand side. He's going to take Kingsley on, but can't get past him. Escobar picks up the loose ball. Very tight in this early minute or so of the game. Back to Escobar. Escobar now just keeping hold of the ball. Lovely little through ball there into Cummings. Cummings, lovely ball out to Kingsley. Gets the ball in, but Antonio's there again. Into Kingsley. Reed now knocks it down to Fossum. A very pinball wizard in the middle. Phillips comes out to Fossum yet again, but surrounded by 2 or 3 West Ham players, and they are going to break. And that is the end of the highlight. Phillips now going to take the corner into Durham, but comes out to Ward-Prowse. He's just going to take his time. Back to Durham. Durham now taking on the left back. Is he going to try and get the ball in? He is. Cummings at the near post, and that is 1-0 to Peterborough United. Kamara cannot keep it out. Lovely ball in from Durham, and Cummings just gets ahead of his defender, makes it 1-0 after 13 minutes. Ward-Prowse has pulled a hamstring. That's not great at all. So I'm going to bring on Leo in that attacking advanced playmaker role. See what he can do against a very, very good West Ham side. Tatuano now with a free kick, probably for an offside. Pumps it up to Cummings and he knocks it down to Phillips. Taking on Duarte on that left back role. Duarte does really, really well. Escobar picks up the loose clearance into Cummings. Cummings tried to find, but into Leo. Oh, Leo's just wide. I think he wanted to play Snodgrass on that left-hand side, but couldn't get it through. Just drifted offside. Antonio with another long throw-in, but Baldwin again goes big and heads clear back to Antonio. We need to get out to close him down. Obiang now. Lovely ball over to Ayew, but that's not going to cause any issues for Tatuano in goal there. Coming up to the last couple of minutes now of the first half. Oh, Tatuano, what has he done there? He just put the ball down in front of him to try and clear it, but Caleri has come in and pressed the ball, and that is an awful goal to concede just before half-time. Here we go. Tatuano just puts the ball down and then doesn't react. Don't usually keep 3D highlights in there for the highlight package, but I had to show you that one. And then Caleri just taps it home. 1-1 now. Shouldn't have really happened there, to be honest. Coming into half-time, we have done really well. It has been an even game. We have been unlucky. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, and we should come out with 3 points against the Hammers. Antonio with a throw-in at that right-back spot into Oxford. Back to Antonio. Just going to play a long ball out to Winston Reid. Keeping the ball very, very nicely here, West Ham. Ayew now taking on Durham, but Durham, lovely tackle there. Going to play it around now. Fossum back to Durham. Trying to find Phillips on that right side. He just gets ahead of Duarte, the left back. Comes inside. Leo now has got the ball at his feet. Going back to Baldwin. Keeping hold of the ball. Keeping possession. Fossum now in the middle. Lovely ball out to Snodgrass. Kingsley always on that overlap. Going to whip the ball in, and he does. And Phillips is the back post, and he hits the bar. Should have been 2-1 after 5 minutes of the first half. Faguli now with a corner, but Kingsley cuts that out pretty easily. But Faguli's going to get going to recycle the ball yet again. Plays it straight through to Reed in the middle. Little bit of space for Reed into Enner Valencia. Enner Valencia taking on his man with Faguli on the right hand side. Faguli into Valencia, and that is West Ham 2, Peterborough United 1. 25 minutes to go. Lovely goal really for the Hammers, and that pushes them up to 5th. Keeps us in 12th. 20 minutes to go. Can we get back into this game? Would like to get at least a point. I think our performance has shown that we do deserve at least a point coming into the last 5 minutes of the game now. anything going to happen? Have made a few changes. Pereira on the left and Jermaine Anderson in the middle. Coming into the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. The massive mistake for Tatuano is going to cause us at least a point in this game. Valencia now on this left-hand side. Going to take on his man. Tries to find someone in the middle. And coming into the last 10 seconds of the game. Tatuano has cost us at least a point there. And it's West Ham 2, Peterborough United 1. So as you saw there, very disappointing result. We did go 1-0 up again with Jason Cummings scoring. And then Caleri and Valencia coming in and scoring the winning goals for West Ham. Caleri scoring a very fortuitous goal with Tatuano literally just dropping the ball at his feet. Horrendous mistake from him. But we move on. We are safe, but we are looking to push into the top 10 of the league. Today, though, we've got Fulham away, West Brom at home, and let's see who plays against Fulham at Craven Cottage. So the lineup seems like this. So it's Tatuano in goal, Kingsley, Baldwin, Holding and Durm at the back. Escobar and Fossum in the middle. Lookman, Pereira and De Silva Lopez behind Cummings. On the bench, Wisdom, Rekic, Anderson, Lorente, Ahurahan, Snodgrass and Dwight Gale. Fulham are already down, as are West Brom. So hopefully 6 points from 6 today. And what we need is really, really good performances from our boys, because they are playing for their futures at the club. Mainly the defence is going to be looking over its shoulder, because other than Baldwin, not really been that many good performances in the back four this season, unfortunately. So going to try and get the quality up in that area and see what we can do. Grimenow and Kearney combining down that right hand side, trying to find Paulson over the front. Baldwin does make a mistake. I've been singing his praises literally for the last 30 seconds or so. He makes a mistake and Yusuf Paulson is there to make it Fulham 1, Peterborough United 0. Let's see this in 3D. Let's see how this goes. So Diaz launches the ball over the top. Baldwin tries to get ahead on it. Can't get there. Paulson one-on-one with Tatuano. Megs him. And that is 1-0 to Fulham. Not the start we wanted in the first 10 minutes of the game. Josebed now with a free kick. Holding gets in each other's way. Holding makes a foul, makes a mistake. And that is going to be a penalty to Fulham. Who's going to be taking it? Who's their number 10? Is it Kearney? Kearney steps up now. Let's see if Tatuano can produce a wonder save. He has had a few saves here and there this season. Kearney now stepping it up. And he puts it top right-hand corner. Unstoppable shot from Kearney there. And it makes it 2-0 to Fulham. And it puts us down to 13th. Awful final games of the season. Kearney, that's a rocket in the top right-hand corner. No one's really going to save that. And we have a lot of work to do now. Kearney again whipping the ball in. But Tatuano comes out and makes a very, very good save. Have dominated the game really. But Fulham have had 2 shots on goal and 2 goals to their name. Fossum into De Silva Lopez. Cummings now surrounded by players. Going to take them all on. Takes an audacious shot. And it's now just awful. 2-0 with half an hour gone in the game. So we're going to switch it up. We're going to go to the 4-3-2-1. So Lookman's going to come off for Ahurahan. Going to keep... do I keep Pereira on? And then Pereira's going to come off for Dwight Gale as well. Double change at half time. Let's see if we can produce a better second half, because that just wasn't good enough. We have dominated the game, as I said, 13 shots to their 3. They've had 2 shots on target and both have gone in. We've had 4 block shots, 2 half chances, 9 long shots. So we are producing some efforts on goal, but probably not the quality that we need going forward. Hour gone, nothing's really happened since we've made that change. Going to go attacking now for the final 25 minutes. 20 minutes to go. Fulham have destroyed us here. We've had 2 very big defensive mistakes from Jack Baldwin and Rob Holding. As I said, defence is going to be one of the areas that we're looking into going into next season, because it's just not been strong enough this year with our goal difference of -7. That's part of the game. Ahurahan can't get the shot clear at the Fulham goal, and it's Fulham 2, Peterborough United 0. And we've also picked 2 injuries up as well at the end of the game. So unfortunately, not the best game for us. Can we finish in that? We can still finish in the top half, but we do need Bournemouth, Middlesbrough, Swansea and Leicester all to slip up, and for us to beat West Brom going into the final game of the season. We have already made 1 change in the defence. I've already brought in someone to partner Baldwin next season, and it's Presnel Kipembe from Crystal Palace on a £12 million deal. As you can see here, very, very good mentals, great physicals, good heading, good marking, good tackling, which is what I want him to do. And he's a 4.5 star player to go alongside Jack Baldwin, which I'm absolutely really looking forward to going into next season. So that's a centre-half partnership done. It's in a left-back and a right-back to see if we can really improve our defensive shape. So here we go then, final game of the season. It's been a very, very rocky season for us, but we have finished in the Premier League. We're not getting relegated, which is great. We can finish as high as 9th if Bournemouth, Middlesbrough, Norwich, Swansea and Leicester all slip up somewhere down the line and we beat West Brom, who, as it looks like, are fighting for survival on the final day of the season. So we play West Brom. Sunderland, they are away at Manchester United. So if West Brom beat us and Sunderland lose to Manchester United, it could keep them up. We don't have a very good record against West Brom, so it could happen. Let's see who's going to play against West Brom in this game. So this is the team: Tatuano in goal, Kingsley, Baldwin, Holding and Wisdom at the back. Wisdom comes in for an injured Eric Durm. Escobar and Fossum in the middle, Lookman, Pereira and De Silva Lopez in the attacking midfield roles, and Cummings up top. As you can see here, all of these players coming back a little bit too late before the end of the season, so some of them will be around next season, some of them won't. Let's get straight into this game. Very strong side here: Chadley, Rondon and Iwobi up front, Del, Fletcher and Jacob in the middle, Deeks, Evans, Amat and Jenkinson at the back, and Areola in goal. Very, very strong West Brom side, and let's see what we can do for them. At the end of the day, they are fighting for survival and they do have something to play for. We don't, other than kind of pride and top 10 finish, which would be great. Escobar now into Leo. Is he going to do anything? No, it is the opening highlight. Let's see what we can do in this game. 25 minutes gone. We've had a few shots. West Brom haven't really done much in the half just yet. It's been a pretty boring final game of the season, unfortunately. We are now down to 15th, really low positioning. Haven't picked up the amount of points as we did last season, unfortunately. We will do a comparison of the two seasons after the final whistle. But yeah, West Brom are here to annoy us and hopefully nick a goal. Pereira now into Cummings, first highlight of the game, into Kingsley, and what a header that is. Cummings, lovely ball over the top to Stephen Kingsley, and a very unexpected goal scorer for us there, not just 1-0 ahead. Literally the first highlight of the game, other than the kind of kick-off highlight. Cummings now, really unmarked, lovely ball, lovely left-footed ball into Kingsley. That's a great header across the goal just before half-time. Great time to score. Peterborough United 1, West Brom 0. Going out for the second half, a lot to do in this second half. Can play a little bit better. West Brom really haven't done too much in the first half to kind of scare me a little bit, but they do have Salomon Rondon, and he is my bogeyman at the minute on this game. Pereira now over to Lookman. Lookman's going to try and take on his man, and he does, but Jenkinson, lovely little tackle. Kingsley into Pereira. Areola, great save from him there. Pereira making Areola make that save. Pereira now is going to take the corner. Coming up to just about half an hour to go in the game, trying to find De Silva Lopez at the back post, but Lookman's going to recycle that ball. Kingsley, and that is the end of the highlight. Fossum's looking a little bit worn out. Rondon now into Fletcher. Fletcher back to Chadley, but Escobar's there. That's a great tackle from Santiago. Pushes it into Cummings in that right-hand channel. He's going to take on his man. He can beat him for days. He does. Trying to find Lookman at the back post. Rondon, no, picks up that ball, but Kingsley is there to just to mop up. Escobar now with the ball at his feet, taking his time. Into Wisdom on that right-hand side. Wisdom, great ball down to Leo on this right-hand side as well. Into Cummings. Cummings makes it 2-0. Coming into the final 20 minutes of the game. Lovely play there from the Posh. Pushes us up to 9th. Here we go. Wisdom on this right-hand side. Plays it down to Leo. Leo's trying to find Cummings, and he does. Cummings with that little run at the near post. We all know him well enough now. That's his little run that he does, and he slots it home, giving Kalido a run for his money for a top goal scorer this season. Him and Kalido probably still will be here next year. I think they do give us goals. I think it could be the people behind him that are looking over their shoulder. Going to bring Jermaine on for Fossum. Also going to bring Hurahan on for Pereira. And I think that will be it, because everyone else is playing really, really well, and I don't want to mess up too much. Coming into the final 15 minutes of the game. Let's see if we can hold on to this, and actually we'll be holding on to 9th position with 46 points, minus 5 goal difference. So defensively we haven't been the best this season, but it doesn't matter. We're staying up again for another year. Coming in now to injury time, and this will be it. Rondon, Peterborough United 2, West Brom 0. Great finish to the season with a 2-0 win at home, and I think that has pushed West Brom down. Sunderland did lose to Manchester United 2-0. But we are in ninth, but we are miles away from the next team, which is Stoke. So 8 points behind Stoke, and that's the gap we're going to need to close going into next year. So we do receive 23 million for achieving ninth place in the Premier League, which is a massive amount of money. Let's see if there's anything else that we need to show you. So here we go, end of season results. Jack Baldwin is our player of the season. Andreas Pereira does have the goal of the season. Let's see what the goal is. Was against Swansea away from home, playing the 4-2-1. So it's kind of the old Spurs formation that I had. Teixeira now with the ball and his pink boots. Back to Pereira. Oh yeah, remember this. What a hit that is from Andreas Pereira. From about 25-30 yards out. Just gives it an absolute lamp. And no wonder that won goal of the year. Ivor Fossum is the sign in the season. 9.5 million that we picked him up in the summer. Young player of the year goes to Rob Holding. And this is our team of the season. Tatsuano in goal. Kingsley, Holding, Baldwin and Durham. Escobar and Fossum. Snodgrass, Teixeira, Leo de Silva Lopez. Kalido up top. So we finished ninth in the league. We lost in the third round to West Ham in the FA Cup, and we lost to West Brom in the third round of the EFL Cup. Our match of the season was the 5-0 win away from home at Southampton, and we got battered 5-0 away from home at Manchester United. We're 100% full for the average attendance, and we used 26 players, third highest in the Premier League. Hopefully this season coming up we won't do that because we'll get a more settled side. So let's have a look at the 2 seasons of the Premier League that we've had, and let's see where we kind of came in the first year and where we came in our second year. So first year we were 12th, 10 wins, 15 draws, 13 losses, 45 points plus 2 goal difference. This season finished 9th, 12 wins, 10 draws, 16 losses, minus 5 goal difference and only 46 points picked up. So 1 point extra, but we've made 3 places more. So that's how tight the bottom half of the table was, and actually how much further away the top half of the table have got. Also in the kind of player stats, so we had Dybala top of the goals, 38 goals for Dybala this season. Have we got anybody anywhere close to him? Kalido 16th, so 12 goals in 19 appearances. Only a 19-year-old, and I think next season is going to be even better for us, which is brilliant going forward. And that is it as a roundup for Season 4 of Upon This Rock. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please do leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also if you don't want to miss out on any more content going forward. And until next season, Season 5 of Upon This Rock, I'll see you soon.